Coming up, it's shaping up to be a historic day tomorrow in Louisa as an American Idol finalist comes home.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Folks in Louisa are preparing for the big homecoming of Noah Thompson. Thompson made the finale of American Idol Sunday night, and to celebrate, he'll be performing at his old high school Tuesday night after a parade in his honor. WYMT's Keaton Hall went to Lawrence County to see how the preparations are going.
A homecoming concert for a hometown hero.
Our first plan was to have this downtown in our little park, and we quickly realized that doing the math that 3,000 or 4,000 people was all that's going to be able to go there, and that just wasn't going to work.
Noah Thompson will be making his return to Louisa on Tuesday after making the finale of American Idol. Thompson will be performing at Lawrence County High School, but first, a parade through downtown.
We want people to come and put their banners out, cheer on Noah, and show the support that these local people have for Noah.
Parking at the school will be limited, so satellite parking will be made available near the Louisa Walmart, with school buses shuttling concert goers back and forth.
We're going to be here to try to help out any way we can. So those buses are the big yellow limousines from Lawrence County Schools that we're happy to supply. And of course, the biggest venue in the county is the high school football fields.
Not knowing whether Noah would make the finale, organizers will have less than 48 hours to prepare for upwards of 10,000 attendees.
Everybody's worked together really well in a real quick time to try to put this together with all the resources we have. And I think if everybody will be patient, use the parking areas, and try to use the shuttles, that we'll get through this pretty quickly and easily.
The parade will begin at 7, with the concert set to immediately follow.
I want to make sure that everybody sees that we're really all in to help whoever better themselves and make it big if they can at all, because if they shine, then Eastern Kentucky and Lawrence County shines.
Hoping to match the spotlight of Hollywood here in the Hollers. In Louisa, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
Superintendent Fletcher said buses will begin shuttling people at 5, with the gates opening at the high school at 6. The 3-hour finale of American Idol, which will include highlights of tomorrow's Louisa homecoming, will air next Sunday night. Well, Noah's homecoming also just happens to be on primary election day in Kentucky. Clerk's offices across the region have been checking voting machines, counting mail-in ballots, and doing everything else necessary to prepare. But with the timing of the May primary, and because many of the voting sites are schools, county clerks like Clay County's Beverly Craft are having to work around different things that conflict with setting up voting booths.
They're having kindergarten graduations and awards ceremonies and everything today, so we're having to schedule around those to deliver the machines because of getting the big truck in with all the parents and the extra traffic that is at school today. So that's been, a little bit something that we've had to deal with that we normally don't.
Another hurdle Kraft says her office has dealt with is securing election officers and retraining older officers on the new equipment. Kentucky Secretary of State is also lowering his Election Day turnout prediction from 25% to now under 20%. If you don't know where to cast your vote, you can head to Kentucky's voter information portal to find your polling place. If you voted by absentee ballot, it's too late to mail those in. You'll need to make sure it's in a drop box no later than 6 tomorrow. And remember, the polls open at 6 a.m. tomorrow and close at 6 p.m. We'll have the results from races across the region at the bottom of your screen and on WYMT.com all night as they come in. And of course, we'll have a wrap-up tomorrow night at 11. Kentucky saw one of the largest gas price increases in the country. AAA sent us the numbers. Gas here took a 22-cent jump to $4.24 a gallon. That's the 4th highest spike in the country. The national average is now $4.48.
It's been a rather nice night in the mountains tonight when it comes to our weather picture. plenty of sunshine this evening has turned into clear skies tonight. However, we're going to have to keep an eye on some of that patchy fog overnight. Mid-50s outside right now from our camera at the University of Virginia's College at Wise. You see the last of the light there from the city kind of rising above the horizon there. Downtown Whitesburg, it's all quiet right now, as you'd expect at 5 after 11. Mid-50s outside, but you notice those dew points that were in the 40s for much of the day have been coming up into those low 50s with calm winds tonight. And those dew points getting close to the air temperature. We're going to have to watch for some of that fog, especially in areas that saw rain earlier. Many of us only got up into the low to mid-70s today. It was a rather comfortable day around the mountains, and we're cooling off quick in many spots already into the low to mid-50s out there tonight. You're just seeing some ground clutter, a little bit of false returns from our radar sites across the region. Louisville, Wilmington, Ohio, Jackson, over to Charleston, West Virginia, Morristown, Tennessee. It's all quiet out there. We had some severe weather across the eastern seaboard today. We had a tornado warning in Connecticut earlier. The good news is those are long gone, and we won't have to deal with that system yet. But out to the west, that's where more showers and storms are brewing. That'll be with us later this week. Low to mid-50s around there tonight. Patchy fog possible. Otherwise, mostly clear. I've got the latest, though, on when more showers and storms move in coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Kentucky's weekly COVID-19 positivity rate is back above 9%. According to the state's latest weekly report, there have been more than 1.3 million cases of COVID in Kentucky since the pandemic started. The state has also recorded 15,830 deaths. The positivity rate, as we mentioned, currently sits now around 9.35%. 12 counties have a medium level of transmission. 9 of those counties are in eastern and northeastern Kentucky. In Johnson County, a married couple is facing theft charges. Deputies say they received a tip about where Brandon Hensley could be. They say he had warrants on other charges, including theft. Deputies went to Hensley's home, and they say they found several stolen items, including a 50-inch TV and 2 firearms. Deputies also say Hensley's wife, Sarah, was in the home. They say neither were supposed to be there and were taking things from the home. Both were arrested. In Laurel County, a man is facing a long list of charges after a chase. Deputies say they pulled over Jeffrey Wayne Farmer of Madison County overnight. They say he had suspected meth and heroin in his car. Deputies say Farmer tried to run off but was caught and arrested. He's facing charges for drug possession, the chase, and public intoxication. Shannon Gilday's attorney tried again today to enter a plea of guilty but mentally ill in court and was again unsuccessful. Gilday is charged with murder, accused of breaking into former state representative Wesley Morgan's home and killing his daughter Jordan. Today was day 2 of his arraignment after it was continued last week. The prosecutor says there has not been enough evidence submitted proving that Gilday is actually mentally ill. Gilday's attorneys want to prove mental illness in part to avoid the possibility of the death penalty.
The legislature has spoken and said that people who suffer from serious mental illness should not be subject to a death sentence. Since we were unable to go forward, the rules are clear that the court needs to carry the case forward.
Today, the judge did enter a plea of not guilty to avoid holding the case up. A mental evaluation for Gilday could follow that will be determined at his next hearing on July 22nd. Officials say a sheriff's deputy and another person have died in a shooting late today in far western Kentucky. State police say the deputy from the Callaway County Sheriff's Office was shot at the scene and taken to a hospital where he died. Matt Hilbrecht of the Marshall County Sheriff's Office says that a suspect who was shot in the incident also died. The shooting happened at the Marshall County Sheriff's Office in Benton around 2 p.m. We're still learning more details, and we'll update our story about this on WYMT.com as we get those new details. Troopers with Kentucky State Police Post 9 spent the morning recognizing 3 fallen troopers who served the Big Sandy area through the years. Kicking off National Police Week, troopers visited grave sites in Martin, Floyd, and Pike counties, placing memorial wreaths for the fallen troopers. Those involved say it's about remembering the sacrifices made by those who put it all on the line, with new troopers gaining a new perspective through the process.
This was not only a loss for the family, but for the community and for the troopers all across the state. While we're at the academy, Trooper Leonard and all the other fallen troopers, we do workouts in honor of them, and being here today, it just shows how important and what it really means.
Troopers say it's an eye-opening moment to take the time to honor the troopers who came before and the legacies they left behind. Flags are flying at half-staff in Kentucky today, paying tribute to peace officers killed or injured in the line of duty and to America's 1 million COVID victims. Governor Beshear encourages people, businesses, and organizations throughout the Commonwealth to join in. State police say the southbound lane of US 25E will be shut down near the Bimble community in Knox County tomorrow morning. They say it will be closed between 7 a.m. through 10 a.m. to reconstruct a crash that happened Sunday. 2 people died in that crash, including a 16-year-old. Local fire departments will be assisting KSB with traffic control. An alternate route using Kentucky 3439 and Kentucky 1304 is recommended. It's a brand new place for senior citizens, and it's located in Cerrito, West Virginia. The Cerrito Senior Center is officially open. The center, which is run by seniors for seniors, will offer many activities and services for adults ages 60 and older and will serve areas in and around Wayne and Lincoln counties in West Virginia.
You know, the social interaction that they have here at the center, the different activities that they'll have, just be tremendous for the seniors. They'll be able to come with their friends, make new friends. It's just going to be a whole new beginning for the seniors.
Lincoln County Opportunity Incorporated runs several of these community-based centers throughout the area, offering everything from meals to transportation for senior citizens. Break Center State Park will receive more than $358,000 in grant money from the Appalachian Regional Commission for the Ratliff Hole area renovation project. The money will be used to renovate parking and restroom facilities, as well as to repave an access road and create a new trail at the Ratliff Hole area of the park located in Pike County. The trail will connect to a pedestrian bridge over the Russell Fork River, which will be more than 750 feet when completed, making it the longest pedestrian swinging bridge in the United States. Hearing explosions in Boyd County, may be feeling the ground shake. Well, don't worry, it's all part of the widening project on US 60. Blasting is set to take place during the next few days west of Cannonsburg. Contractors are conducting minor blasting for hillside excavation in the Princess area. The blasting will be limited to non-rush hour times of the day, around noon to 3 p.m. when possible, Monday through Friday. It's all part of the Transportation Cabinet's $45 million upgrade of US 60 that will transform 4 miles of the old road into a 3-lane style highway. The Hagen Scholarship allows students in rural areas to go to any college of their choice with a chance to graduate debt-free. Zoe Castle and Brooklyn Arms are the recipients from Johnson Central High School this year. They work tirelessly in the classroom with volunteer service, extracurriculars, and even balancing requirements for the scholarship.
One thing about the scholarship is you have to work 240 hours by the beginning of your fall semester.
The girls will receive $12,000 a year from the Hagen Scholarship on top of several others that have been awarded. Coming up at 11, Horse Mania is back in Lexington, and we're getting a look at some of the horses getting touched up by a car manufacturer to make sure the artwork lasts.
And after that, we're keeping an eye on the potential for showers and storms as we head later on into the week. Full breakdown is on the way.
Floyd County has choices for PVA. You can vote for Stacy Mead or